Good evening, everybody. Welcome to today's session. My name is Madhur Singh, and today we will be talking about the career option for programmers in 2022. So, before starting the session, if I want to confirm that if I'm clearly audible and visible to you all, please type a yes or a no in the chat box that if I'm clearly audible and visible to all of you. Okay, Priyanka is saying yes. Thank you for confirming, Priyanka. Ravi saying yes. Okay, okay. So I will start the session now. We'll talk about the career options that we have for programmers in 2022, and also we'll talk about what are the upcoming trends that we have in this industry this year. So without any further ado, let's look at what are our learning objectives from this session. So we'll talk about the top career options for programmers for 2022. Then we'll talk about what are the different jobs that are available, job profiles that are available in these options that we are talking about. We'll talk about the skills that are required to learn that, right? And as a bonus, I'll tell you where you can learn all these skills at one place. You don't have to worry at all. We will tell you from where you have to learn from scratch all the jobs that we will be talking about. We have a particular segment for you. So at the end, stay tuned till the session till the very end because I'm going to tell you a lot of different things in this session. So let's start with the first and the first talk about the first job that we have, right? We're going to talk about, but let's look at what the major factors while choosing your career path. What could be your major factors that play when you are talking about career path? How would you choose them? Because every individual is different, right? So we would have different factors that would we would consider while choosing a particular job. What could be those things? Those are salary, those are growth and opportunity, right? If you're applying to any company, right, what would we see first? We would see what is the CTC that they are offering, right? Then we'll talk about what are the growth and growth perspectives, what are the opportunities that are available in that company. Then we'll talk about job security, right? Whether the company is stable in terms of its financials, whether the company will be there in the next 5 years, would the company not get bankrupt in those 5 years? So we will talk about all that thing in this particular segment when we talk about security, job security. Then it is brand. So everyone, if you ask any programmer where do they want to work, they would say Amazon, they would say Microsoft, they would say Google. Why? Because the branding is such that they want to work in the best companies that are there for software developers, for computer programmers in general. Then at the end, we have job satisfaction. What does job satisfaction mean? That whether you are fully satisfied with the work that is given to you, the responsibilities that are given to you. So all these things play a major role in determining what is the career path you would be choosing. Now, when I'm talking about salary, it is not the basic salary that you get in hand. It is also the perks that are involved. Some companies give you house rent and rental allowance. Some companies give you accommodation. Some companies give you, travel reimbursements. So there are different things. Some gives you your children's, education, your higher education. They sponsor that. So they have different types of perks they give you. So you need to look at the CTC as a whole, the perks that you are getting, the enhanced salary you are getting, and also the growth opportunities that you have in the company. Now, we are going to make this session very interactive. So along the way, if you have any queries, you can put them in the chat box. I will be more than happy to respond to all your queries, right? Now we talk about the first profile that we are talking about, that is data scientist. Now this particular domain has come up in the recent times and it has created a boom in the industry. Now everyone today has smartphone in their hands, right? Now the with the amount of smartphones that are there in the world, people are generating massive amounts of data through these smartphones. Now someone in the world has to analyze the data that is coming in. Now companies have tremendous amounts of data. Now they can utilize this data to, give the customers a particular, specific advertisement. They can make use of their data to give them personalized ads. So all these things that the company does with the data of these consumers, that is sorted, that is filtered, that is analyzed by data scientists. So they have a very important role these days to play, and this is the career path if you want to choose. It is in boom, it is in high trending demand these days. So what would be the tasks that would be involved in, but when we talk about data scientists, what are the tasks that we are talking about? So it is about identifying the business issues and providing them the appropriate solutions, right? So you would get data sets that is in, million rows, right? We can't analyze everything on Excel. We would have to use a lot more different things like SQL, like different sort of databases to make sure that we analyze the data properly. Then we have essentially analyze and interprets complex data to help organizations, right? So if we are a consulting company, would utilize this data to help the clients. Help the clients can be from everywhere. That is from healthcare industry, that is from, fintech companies, right? All these things we would help them, we would make that complex data simplified for them, right? That is what we will when we talk about data scientists. That is the thing that we do. Then it comes about solving real business problems with analytical skills. One of the things that gets associated with data scientists is analytical skills. Now if you are going to an interview to attend for data scientist job profile, you would be asked various analytical problems, you would be asked logical reasoning problems, but because at the end you have to, be there, you have to know what type of real world scenario plays in, what are type of problem statements that come up in the real world, because at the end you will be working on projects, and projects requires out of the box thinking, which is why companies heavily depend on analytical skills. Now, in terms of what your resume should look like, what are the skills your resume should have when you want to switch your career to data scientist? What are the various skills that are required? Number one would be programming skills that like Python, R programming, SQL, knowing about the SQL database, SaaS, and other analytical tools. Then comes strong understanding of machine learning algorithms. Now you know that if you are scrolling through Instagram these days, let's say you like a reel of a dog, right? You like dogs, so you would like a reel of dogs. The entire algorithm will then continuously suggest you the reels of dogs. How does that happen? That happens through machine learning. That the software, the algorithm knows what you want as a customer. That is done through machine learning and also artificial intelligence. Then being able to create data models, yes, you need to make sure that know how to make data models, and also you should have strong foundation in statistics. Again, when you are dealing with data, right, you're dealing with numbers. Numbers requires strong mathematical skills, strong statistical skills. So this is also really, really important. Now, if you are someone who want to, attend this particular thing, you want to be in the data scientist background in this domain, then you should screenshot this particular slide so you would know what are the skills that you need to learn, right? Again, programming skills are a must to be known. Whether it comes Python, R, it is really, really important that you know both of these programming languages. Then again, most of the people come and ask me, hey Madhur, tell me about what are the salary packages you get when you become data scientist, data analyst, business analyst. So all these things, what are the packages that come up, right? So I have divided it into three parts. First, when you are in an entry level job, when you are in a job just out of college, you would get something around 5 to 10 lakhs per annum. That would be your package. This is what I'm talking about, the CTC, right? I'm not talking about the base pay, I'm talking about the CTC as a whole. Then comes mid-level, when you have 2 years of experience, 3 years of experience, 4 years of experience, you would get something around 12 to 18 lakhs per annum. That would be your salary. Then comes when you have become really, really good at it, when you have lots of experience, right, in your portfolio, then you would be on the higher spectrum of 21 to 30 lakhs per annum when it comes to data scientist salaries, right? If you have any queries, make sure you are writing them in the chat box. I will take your queries one by one. So make sure you keep writing them in the chat box. So we'll make this session really, really interactive. Then what are we trying to look at? The second job that we are trying to look at is full stack developer. Now, full stack developer is also really in demand because web development, right? Every company these days use web applications. They use the website, right? You don't have to be in an IT domain to you don't have to be in the IT sector to work in this, right? Today, even FMCG companies, healthcare companies, every single one, even governmental organizations, they have websites, right? They need someone to maintain those websites. So you can become full stack developer. Again, what are the tasks that are involved in becoming full stack developer? That is, you need to be involved in the front end of development, the back end of development, the database, you need to know about that, and the application development. Again, one more thing that is really important is you can also go in the domain of cyber security when it comes to maintaining web development, maintaining the websites and everything. You can also, because websites can be hacked, right? You need someone to make sure they are secure. So you can also go in the domain of cyber security. Now, developing applications from scratch and making it effective. You have to make applications, right? When you are a developer, you have to make applications. So from scratch, how you have to do it, that you need to know. Then you need to have good understanding of working with the servers, cloud computing, deploying, and doing database collection. Again, you need to have strong base in this: servers, cloud computing, and database. You need to know about each of these things. Now, what are the skills that we are looking at when it comes to full stack developer? We are looking at front end technology skills like HTML, CSS, JavaScript frameworks. So we are looking about all that. We are talking about .NET frameworks as well. Then we are talking about back end technologies like Python, PHP, Ruby, etc. You need to know about both the things. Now, again, if you're starting out, just starting your career in being a full stack developer in web development, you can choose one of them. You can either choose front end, either you can choose back end, right? Then you can go ahead and become a full stack developer. Then version control systems like GitHub, you need to be really good in GitHub and when it comes to full stack development. Again, I mentioned cloud and server skills are a must to know. Database skills like MySQL, even Hadoop, on all these things you need to know. So, for a full stack developer, what are the salary ranges that we are looking forward to? That is the entry level jobs, that is 5 to 7 lakhs you would get. In a mid segment job, you will get 8 to 12 lakhs per annum. And when you are really senior in this thing, you will get 12 to 16 lakhs per annum. Again, for being a full stack developer, the programming language, what you need to know is not at a very higher level. You can know a decent amount of level would be enough to start your journey as a full stack developer. Then comes AI engineer. Now, this has been a really important because the world in this stage is at this stage right now, which is moving to self-driving cars, innovation in robotic technologies. Surgeries today's are done with robots. So artificial intelligence is the scope where everyone looks themselves in. If you are knowing about data science, if you're knowing about, if you want to, gather information about data science and everything, the next step of what you want to become would be AI engineer, right? So AI engineer is the thing that you have to be. What are the tasks that would be involved in becoming AI engineer? That would be to oversee, manage, and develop AI initiatives within an organization. You need to make sure you are overseeing, managing, and developing the AI initiatives within the organization. Then developing AI models using machine learning, right? You have to make certain models. You have to make certain YFA models regarding the AI, artificial intelligence softwares that you would be building. Deep learning, neural networks, right? One of the most important skills to learn in AI ML is neural network management. You need to make sure you need to have understanding about deep learning and neural networks. Now, to draw business recommendations and insights used to make big business decisions. Now, these things, whatever you would be doing, the softwares, and again, the data would be gathered, and again, you would have to give them insights to your management about, so that they can take good sound business decisions. Okay, someone is asking me, tell me about Java full stack developer. Okay, you need to stay in the session. I'll At the end of it, I'll tell you everything where you can learn this, what it is. You will know about it at the end of the session, where you can learn this in the most effective way. I'll talk about that at the end of this session. Then we'll talk about what are the skills that are required. That is programming skills. Again, Python is a must to know when it comes to AI, artificial intelligence. R language is important. Java is important. So these three languages are a must to know. Again, most of the people ask me what is the first language that I should learn, right? I would suggest them to go with Python because it is easy to understand and you can learn it much more quickly than the other two languages. Then comes machine learning algorithms, neural networks, deep learning. These things you should know. You should have good understanding of all these things. Statistics to build data models. Again, just like what we talked in as a data scientist, artificial intelligence engineer would also have a lot of work to do with numbers, right? Numbers means you need to make sure you are good in statistics, you're good in building the data models. Then comes about the problem solving skills. Problem solving skills is about logical reasoning. You have out of box thinking, so all that thing, critical reasoning skills you have, so that thing is required from your end when it comes to AI engineer. Again, AI engineer is considered to be the best of the things in data scientist segment, the big data segment. So this is the end game for you, right? This is the top of the skill that you would learn. The entry level jobs that you would getting is 5 to 9 lakhs per annum. Then the mid level, from 4 to 8 years of experience, you would be getting 14 to 18 lakhs per annum at an average. Okay, again, this depends on company to company. If you're going for a really good company, if they see the potential in you, they would give you higher, right? They would give you the higher pay. Again, one of the most important things is that it does not depend that if you are a 12th class graduate, if you have a college degree, or if you are an MBA graduate. What really matters is that do you have the skill that is required to stay in the industry? Do you have the relevant skills? Are you upskilling yourself to the level in which you know what is happening in the corporate infrastructure, what is happening in the IT sector, right? So if you are up to date, if you have the necessary skills, again, you will be always be getting the upper side of the salary packages in the spectrum. Okay, don't worry about it. You have to upskill. That is the only thing that you can do in today's world, because the competition is tremendous these days. So you need to make sure you are continuously upskilling yourself in this regard. The senior level of AI engineer would be getting somewhere around 24 and 28 lakhs per annum. Abdul Rahim is saying hi. So hi Abdul. I hope you are looking forward to this session about career programmings, various career opportunities in the domain of programming. That is what we are discussing right now. All right. Then it comes to cloud computing. Cloud computing has also shown a tremendous amount of growth, tremendous amount of boost in terms of people who are coming in this domain. Now just imagine that there are so many tons and tons of companies that have come up, right? And most of them are digitally based, right? The companies have a significant amount of digital presence. So what do you think? Where do they store their data? They would store their data in cloud computing. They would store their data in servers, right? They cannot manually go and put a pen drive and store all the data. That would not work, right? They have tons and tons and amount of data, so they need somewhere to store it, right? That is where cloud computing comes into picture. The supply of computer services over the internet, including servers, storage, database, networking, software, analytics, and intelligence, right? That is in itself known as cloud computing. Now, cloud computing is a fantastic new topic that has the potential to transform the way people operate online these days. What are the skills that you need to learn? That is Linux, that is database skills like MySQL, Hadoop, programming skills like Java, Python, and network management. So all these things that you need to make sure that you know about these things. Then we talk about what are the jobs that are there in cloud computing. That is cloud engineer. That is the most prestigious job when you come out of the college. You would be a cloud engineer, then cloud architect. You would design how that database would look like, how would that online storage unit look like. Then comes infrastructure engineer. He does the same thing but is more senior. Then comes cloud security engineer and cloud administrator. Now, just tell me why, if you want to ask me why I am telling you these things. Now, if you have certain skills in your resume, if you have the skills that are required for you to apply to any of the jobs that you want, right? You need to know what are the jobs profile you need to, give your resume to, right? If I'm talking about cloud computing, now you would know that, okay, I can apply to jobs of cloud engineer, cloud architect, cloud infrastructure engineer, cloud security engineer, and cloud administrator. So all these things you can know about it. Now, again, if people who are attending this session, they are from a non-coding background, Again, it is really important that you stay in the session, because at the very end I'll tell you from where you can upskill yourself, from where you can go to another level, right? If you are from non-coding background, I'll tell you from scratch how you can learn coding, how you can, find which is the career path for you. I'll talk all about that in the bonus section at the very end, so make sure you are staying in the session. Then comes blockchain development. Now blockchain has also shown significant amount of, you know growth in the previous years. Now, despite the relative freshness, blockchain technology has grown into a multi-billion dollar business. Why is it so? Because of the cryptocurrencies, the growth of cryptocurrencies, right? Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum. So they are in a high demand these days. And guess what? What is the technology that powers both of them? That is blockchain development, right? It is blockchain acts like a database that stores encrypted box of data, then links them together to form a chronological single source data. What are the skills that are required to learn blockchain? That would be database skills like MySQL, Hadoop, programming languages like Java and Python, and also network management. So you need to make sure you are good in all these skills. Okay, Ravi is asking me that he's a web designer and have 1.5 year experience, and you need to know what is the career ahead. Okay, Ravi, please stay in the session. I'll tell you what you would do as going ahead of web designer. I'll tell you what are the skills that you can learn so that you can upskill yourself to a newer level in the programming world. Don't worry, stay in the session. I'll tell you. All right. Then comes what are the jobs that are there in blockchain development? That is a blockchain developer, it is blockchain quality analyst, and blockchain solution architect. So these three are the major things that come up when we talk about the blockchain development that is happening. Then, okay, in this bonus section, I'll tell you what is the thing where you can go and find yourself. So if you go to a Great Learning Academy, right? If you open your web browser, type there Great Learning Academy, you land up to this page. Now, if you scroll through this page, you just go down and you would find that we, Great Learning, deeply believe in sharing the knowledge to the world, right? So we have tons and tons of courses of AI, artificial intelligence. About somewhere, someone was asking, Sneha was asking me about software engineer, right? So how you can start your journey from software engineer, right? You have IT and software track. You can click on IT and software track. You can browse the courses, right? Again, what is the basis of computer programming? It is just two things in today's world, that is Python and Java. To start your career, make sure that you start your career from Java and Python. So go to Great Learning Academy, go to this particular courses, whichever you feel feasible to understand. I'll tell you the fundamental Python fundamentals for beginners, right? You can start your journey from here. You can start your Python journey from here. Then from Java programming, you can take this course, right? See, 14,000 people are currently enrolled in this particular course. So enroll yourself. It is for free. You will get a certificate as well. Now, what is that use of that certificate? You can put that in your resume. Then you can apply for jobs, right? So make sure you take this course so that you can start your journey for computer programming. Again, for the people who are already there, we have different courses that you can enroll to. For example, you can shift your career, you can upgrade yourself to data science, you can take the explanatory data analysis. We have certain high level courses as well, right? Like predictive modeling and regression, that too for free, and that too by top faculty. So you can go and check them out. You can know about R, you can know about clustering in R, right? So all these courses you can take, it is absolutely free. You can go ahead and take these courses. Then one of the major aspect that comes into picture is that data visualization, right? So you need to know Tableau for that, and Power BI. So we have courses for both Tableau and Power BI. You can go, it is a must in today's world to know about all these both things. Now, why do you need to learn these things? Now, there was a time when, let's say, Microsoft Word, right? It came in 2005, 2006. Now, that was considered to be the best trending skill then, right? But today, if you ask, Microsoft Word is a necessity to be known, right? You don't, no one would put Microsoft Word in their resume these days, right? Because it is a necessity. Everyone should know how to use Word. That is the case with Tableau and Power BI. It is the currently trending thing that everyone should know in today's world. So go ahead and learn these things, because after 10 years you don't want to be the left one out, right? You have to make sure that your salary packages are increasing, and you need to make sure that you are upskilling to the level that that meets the requirements of the IT spectrum in this country. Again, for everyone else, if you want to go and make your career in cybersecurity that we talked about, right, you can go and make sure you start your journey here, so that you have something to write in your resume when it comes to cybersecurity. But if you have no experience at all, if you have no, if you have no knowledge about any of the things in computer programming, so start your journey with Java and Python, because that will give you the backbone to everything that is there in this particular IT sector, right? So you have cyber security. Then we talked about cloud computing, right? We have different courses in cloud computing that you can take, right? Some of them are advanced, some of them are beginner, some of them are even intermediate courses. You can go check them out. You can click on any of these courses. You will know what this course is about, what are the skills that you will learn in this thing, right? So you would know all about that, how many people have taken this course, all things you would know about this particular courses. And that too, this is absolutely free, so you can go and check out the website Great Learning Academy. You can know all about these courses absolutely free. Now, one of the best thing that I'll tell you is that if you have taken the course, if you have completed the course, finished the course, what is the next step you would do, right? We at Great Learning also provide you placement assistance, right? And that too also you can apply for a job, you can enroll for a job for free, right? If you go to Career Boost website, if you go to Career Boost website, My Great Learning Career Boost Academy, you can join for free. So we have lot of opportunities that we share with our learners, and we have a lot of hiring partners, like we have Dell, HCL, EY, Microsoft. All these companies are a part of us, right? So are partners, right? So you can find uh, the various job opportunities. For example, software engineer from Microsoft, right? 44 lakhs per annum. This is the jobs that are currently there in this particular domain. You can enroll yourself for free, you can join yourself for free. You would know about where to start. If you have learned, you have upskilled yourself from Great Learning Academy, you can come to Career Boost, you can apply for jobs here as well. We have this portal called Career Boost. You can apply for tons and tons of jobs that are available. 30,000 plus jobs are there in this portal. 36 lakhs per annum is the maximum salary that has gone up. Then we have 1200 plus hiring partners that we have, right? We also provide internship, right? Internship and PPOs. We have lot of company. You can see consulting firms like EY are there, Capgemini is there. So we have lot of Microsoft is there, KPMG is there. We have lot of partners. So make sure you go to this career boost section. You take this particular, get yourself upskilled from Great Learning Academy. Come to Career Boost, apply for jobs, right? You can do this. This is really, really important for you to know. All right, if you have any queries, you can put them in the chat box. I'll be more than happy to reply to all of your queries. Okay, Adarsh is asking me what is the best way to learn data structures. So we have a course on data structures. You can go to Great Learning Academy. You can enroll to that course, right? You would know everything from scratch. There is nothing that we would not, talk about, tell you, instruct you about from the scratch. We never go from between. We always teach from the scratch of that particular subject. So you can go check Great Learning Academy. My team has already put the link in the chat box. You can go, you can register yourself as well in that particular website and course. If you have any other questions, you can put them in the chat box. I'll be more than happy to reply to all of your queries. So I keep telling about what are the various things that need to be learned, right? So make sure that when you are learning these things, you are more confident in these things. So you just need to pick up some things like Python and Java. Pick up these. These are the 20% of things that would give you 80% of returns. So you learn these two languages, then you can just pick up any of the courses because you would know you can go to any of the domains, cloud computing, cybersecurity, data science, AI, ML. You can pick any, but the core developer, the core to know is Python and Java. Yes. So Ravi, when you have to update your career, that is what you're talking about, right? You are a web designer. Now, once you know, okay, this is the salary structure you are getting, then make sure you update your resume. Would you update your resume, Ravi? You would have to take up certain courses. You have to make sure you have certain certifications and license in your portfolio, in your resume. That can be what of Python, that can be of different things like Java programming, they can be of structures, clusters in R, they can be of Tableau. So make sure that your certifications are up to level, your upskilling is done, because the only way today in this industry to get ahead is through upskilling. So make sure that you are taking that courses. Okay, Ravi, does not matter if the courses are 1 hour long, the courses are 3 hour long, right? I'm pretty sure over the weekends you can spend certain time so that you can enroll to certain courses, right? It is not like because this is what we are providing you is absolutely free. It is free knowledge and that too quality knowledge. So you can go and pick up those courses. It is 1 hour courses, 2 hour courses, 3 hour courses. It won't take much time, right? You can spend your weekends upskilling yourself, updating your resume. That would help you going forward in this particular domain. Okay, someone is asking about the roadmap. Okay, Mohit is asking, I'm a working professional, need guidance on data analytics. Is it worth learning? Yes, Mohit, as I already talked about at the start of the session, data scientists, being data scientists, getting into data analytics is the most trending thing that is happening in today's world. So, what would be your roadmap in doing so? What would be your roadmap? It would be about knowing first programming language of R and Python, then learning the database skills. What are the database skills? MySQL you need to learn, Hadoop you need to learn, then data visualization tool you need to learn, that is Tableau and Power BI. So if you know these all the tools, if you know perfectly, then you can go and apply to any jobs in data science sector. Any jobs you can apply for, because then you would have the base as a fresher to apply for any of these jobs. Now, if you are a fresher, if you know these skills, what would be the next thing that you can learn? Next thing is about you can take up courses about artificial intelligence and machine learning. That would be your next step in learning about in the field of data science and deep learning, right? Big data that we talk about. So these things you can learn in that domain. Then higher level you would have a lot of different things like exploratory data analysis, you would have neural networks, you would have about lot of different things, neural architectural design. So all these things you would have to learn, that is at a very high level. So if you have to upskill yourself, you have to take up courses, you have to you know make sure that you are upskilling yourself, because we are providing you quality content for free at Great Learning Academy. You just have to go to the website Great Learning Academy and everything would be good to go. I'll again show you the website Great Learning Academy, Great Learning Academy, right? You can go to the website, you can click on Great Learning, mygreatlearning.com/academy. Again, I'll tell you for people who haven't noticed this, scroll through this website, go through this website. At the end, right, you have lot of free courses, you have lot of free courses from top faculties. You can go, you can find these courses, you can enroll in these courses for free. You'll get a certificate at the end, right? You're talking about big data, right? Mohit was asking about becoming data analytics, right? So you can talk about big data, you can talk about introduction to big data, you can take up these courses, right? So that you know that you are upskilling yourself continuously in this regard. All right. If anyone has any other doubt in this session, I'll be more than happy to take up your queries. All right, so if no one has any doubts, I'll wrap up this session. Thank you so much for attending this session. We are coming up with more of these sessions next week, so make sure that you are stay tuned to Great Learning. We are more than happy to upskill you in the regards of career development, right? So thank you so much.